The way that Dorothy May Hall Women's Center came about, it all started about 25 years ago. I had just graduated from college, and my first job was at a infectious disease clinic in Fayetteville. And what they did there, they provided HIV case management to individuals who were newly diagnosed. So at that place, I was able to get in contact with a very special young lady, and she has really touched me up to this day. She had just found out that she was HIV positive and also she was pregnant. And she was very adamant of keeping this baby and making sure that this baby was born healthy because she had 6 other children that were no longer in her custody. And it was very important for her to keep this baby. And as we worked closely together, she informed me of different situations, her as far as childhood trauma that she's never addressed, and her current situation. And so we continue to work together to make sure that she follow all the necessary things to deliver a healthy baby and for her to also be healthy. During those 6 to 7 months, she participated in all her programs. She took her medication. She was going to substance abuse treatment, also mental health treatment. But during that 7th month, she stopped coming to the clinic. And that really troubled me. I did not understand why she stopped coming. But she eventually came back during her 8th month and she informed me, Miss Frida, I had to stop coming because I was living in a very unsafe situation. She was currently living with her pimp who forced her to go back sex trafficking. So at 8 months pregnant, she was out sex trafficking and also having HIV. And she did not want to do that, but because she did not have a safe place to stay, she felt that that was her only choice, was to do what she was forced to do. So, but she made this statement that really stuck with me and is still with me to this day. She stated, Miss Frida, I want to do the right thing. I want to go to all my medical appointments. I want to stop using drugs. But right now, I do not have a place to stay, and I am forced to do this act. And that stuck with me. And so up to this day, throughout my 25 years of doing social work, I constantly hear that barrier, stable housing, stable housing. I would stop doing this. I would leave this abusive situation if I had a place to go. I would stop using drugs, but I had to do this. I had to continue on to go to this trap house because I have nowhere else to go. So different things like that I encounter day by day. So that's where the idea and the need of transitional housing came to me. I also noticed throughout the years that in rural areas, resources are very limited. And so what we consider here hidden homelessness, a lot of people do not feel that homelessness does exist here in Eastern Wake because we don't see the typical type of homelessness as far as someone sleeping on park benches, someone on the street or panhandling. But trust me, I receive phone calls daily of individuals who are homeless. So what we see here is the hidden homelessness where individuals may be living with family members who are threatening to kick them out at any time. You may also have individuals who are remaining in domestic violence situations or sex trafficking situations and they have no place to go. You may also see people living in hotels or in their cars. So that's what we are seeing here in Eastern Wake and in rural areas as far as the lack of resources for houses. I'm not sure if I had shared that Dorothy May Hall Women's Center is named after my mother, Dorothy May Hall, and her favorite candy was peppermint. So I make sure that each day that this candy jar is full with peppermint. And what's so important about this peppermint jar is that when a child comes in, I have noticed those who have been coming here for several months or for a year or so, they automatically go to this peppermint jar to pick up a candy. And that makes me feel good because it shows that they feel safe here, that there's consistency knowing that when they come, they're going to receive peppermint candy. So it's the small things that make me feel good about Dorothy May Hall Women's Center. Okay, and this right here is what I call my icebreaker board. And what it does, it shows usually when a client comes in for the first time, I bring them to this board. And it has different topics like sexual assault, depression, healthy relationships, etc. So normally, when a person pick up a brochure, it kind of lets me know that's what they're dealing with. So at that first meeting, I do not bring it up. I just let them pick up the brochure. But when they come back again, I may say, hey, I saw when you came for your first visit that you picked up a brochure that said dealing with depression. So are you currently dealing with depression? Are you having any anxiety? And so that's my way of finding out how we can assist them with any barriers or situations that they may be experiencing at that time. The services right now, due to funding, our housing services is at a halt. So right now we do not provide housing, but we provide other services until our funding is able to do that again. Right now, what we do provide is job readiness training, where we teach individuals how to look for jobs, how to interview, how to dress appropriately, and where to go to look for jobs. Also, we provide diaper assistance for moms, which is a very costly thing now, diapers. So we assist them with diapers monthly, and we receive our diapers from the diaper train, which we are greatly happy to be partnered with. We also provide transportation assistance, where we provide gas cards for them to go to medical appointments, job interviews, and so forth. We provide support groups that deal with life skill training, how to budget, how to parent, how to cope, all those things that make sure they're able to cope and to have successful living in this world. We also provide support groups that deal with domestic violence, sexual assault. We have teen girl empowerment groups, clothing. So basically, we provide the holistic approach. Anything that could help someone to become self-sufficient, we provide that service for them. Here at the center, we're all about transitioning lives with love. So anyone who walks through that door, we want to make sure that they feel love, and that we're not here to judge. We're here more so to, whatever your needs are, whatever goals that you want to reach, we are here to help you. This is no judgment zone. Hey, we're here to help you. Again, as we see that the need is growing greater here in Eastern Wake, and we have really outgrown this space. I mean, as far as the participation of clients coming in, the donations that we receive regularly, we have really outgrown this space. So we want to expand. We have to expand. And how we want to expand is not to get an actual bigger building, but to have satellite sites in other rural areas. So like have another office space in Nash County, in Middlesex, or another in Franklin County, in those rural areas where resources are very limited. Also, we want to make sure that we stick with our mission, which is transitional housing. We want to provide more housing opportunities, expand our housing opportunities within the community. Okay, as far as our upcoming events, next year, we are really going to hit the road hard as far as our fundraising, because we realize that in order for the center to expand, to grow, that we have to have more community involvement. So we'll be having more fundraiser events and so forth. And we have more groups, more community education, because we want to educate the community about unsheltered, as far as homelessness here in Eastern Wake. Because I think, again, education is the key as far as letting people know what homelessness, how it does exist here in Eastern Wake.